Here we have the voltage equation, and this voltage equation is dependent on the voltage at the number of buses. Similarly, here we have the function value, and this value is dependent on the number of variables. Okay. So our objective is to find the values of x1, x2 such that your function becomes 0. In the mathematical problem, how we solve our function is that we find the roots of the function in such a way that when we substitute those roots in the equation, your equation becomes 0. So we have to find the accurate value of the x1, x2 and x3. So in order to find this accurate value, because it is a polynomial, so it is not easy to apply the quadratic equation and solve the roots. So for that, we can assume the initial values of the variables. So we assume the initial values of the variables, means x1 0, x2 0, x3 0. When we substitute these values in the function, so let us suppose we have a equation ax1 square plus bx2 cube plus cx like this. Means we have three different variables. Okay? So means this A, B, C are the some has some numerical values. It can be 2, A can be 2, B can be 1, C can be any value. So our objective is to find the value of x1, x2 and x3. Okay? So we can substitute the initial assumed values in this equation, and if it gives the 0 values, then we can say that we have found the accurate values of the x1, x2 and x3. If it is not giving the accurate value, then we need to upgrade the values. We need to we will increase or decrease the values. So ultimately our goal is to find the value of x1, x2. So similarly we use the Gauss-Seidel method in order to solve the load flow solutions. We have some steps. Is there any problem? So we have some steps, means we have to, in case of program, we develop according to procedure. We have some set of procedure to write a program. Means we have some steps. For that we can use the algorithm steps or we can use the flow chart. So before we start any algorithm or flow chart, we need some data because we have to give this program as an input. So first step is to just start. This is the start your algorithm. Second is input the data. Input the data available with you. So what type of data is available in case of the load flow problem we have? We have the voltage.
Sir, second unit.
Huh?
Second unit. Second unit.
Second?
First unit है या second unit? ये वाला अभी जो कहा।
ये first unit.
First का ही।
हाँ. So input the data. ठीक है? So input the data means we have the information. What information we have? First information is we have the transmission line data. Transmission line data. So means we have the line data. We have the transmission line data. What is the series impedance of the line? What is the shunt admittance of the line? Okay? So then what is the how many buses are of the PQ type? Number of PQ buses means type of the buses. type of buses. ठीक है ना? So type of the buses means we have the number of buses. Out of these number of buses, which bus is the slack bus? Which number bus is a slack bus? And what are the PQ? What are the buses? Those are the PQ. And what are the PQ? So initially we are considering for the simplification that all the buses except the slack buses are of the PQ type. Okay. In the case one, we are assuming that the system is having only the PQ type of the buses. So line data, type of the buses we have, then the conservation, accuracy in the program you require, difference in the values or the variable which we are calculating. So how much difference means we have calculated the values in the first step for the voltage, then we calculated it in the second step. What is the difference between the first step and second step? If it is very near to zero, then we can say we can stop accordingly. Okay. So means this is the type of the data which we have in case of the load flow technique. So then we have the power injection. Power injection at the buses. Okay. So at the slack bus we are not doing the power injection. For the other buses we are doing the power injection. So what is the value of PI, QI at other buses other than the slack buses? So we have to source it. Then the next step, we have the line data. In case of line data, we have the line number, starting bus, ending bus, series impedance, and shunt admittance. Accordingly, we have the data will be available in the tabular form. So next step is we have to model the transmission line network. Okay? For this modeling, we have to formulate the Y bus matrix. Formulate Y bus matrix. Okay? So means we can formulate the Y bus matrix like this: Y11, Y12, Y1n, yn1, yn2, yn. So we have the all elements. We have the diagonal elements as well as we have the off diagonal elements. So we have the magnitude of these values as well as the angle of these values. So then we have to start the iteration counter. We have to start the iteration counter. So start iteration. Let us suppose IT is equal to 0. Okay. Then update iteration. So here in this step we are formulating Y bus matrix and also we have to assume the unknown data. Here we also have to assume unknown data. What unknown data we have in this problem? साढ़े को कितना unknown data है ये तो पता नहीं. PQ versus ऐसे consider कितने सारे हैं? V and delta. ठीक है? So we have to assume the unknown data. Means assume the values of the voltage and voltage angle for all the PQ buses. ठीक है? So update the iteration counter. Here your IT will be equal to IT plus 1. The iteration number will be updated. Then 6 number, calculate the voltage and voltage angle. ठीक है? Using the your voltage equation. So you have the voltage equation this.
like this is equal to IT plus 1.
IT ਬੱਚੇ ਇੱਕ ਸਟੈਪ ਆਦਾ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਿ ਆਪਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਸਟੈਪ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੈਲਕੂਲੇਸ਼ਨਸ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਸੀ
जी सर
ਕੈਲਕੂਲੇਸ਼ਨ ਕਰਕੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ V ਐਂਡ ਡੈਲਟਾ ਦੀ ਵੈਲਿਊ ਫਾਈਂਡ ਆਊਟ ਕੀਤੀ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਡਿਫਰੈਂਸ ਫਾਈਂਡ ਆਊਟ ਕੀਤਾ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਨਾਲੋਂ ਜੇਕਰ ਉਹ ਡਿਫਰੈਂਸ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈਗਾ 0 ਦੇ ਨੇੜੇ ਤੇੜੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਤਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੁਬਾਰਾ ਫਿਰ ਕੈਲਕੂਲੇਸ਼ਨ ਕਰੋਗੇ
जी सर
ਦੁਬਾਰਾ ਉੱਪਰ ਜਾਓ
मेरे को
तो सेकंड इटरेशन में जाओ वो आप इटरेशन करेंगे
IT
इटरेशन नंबर
repetitions
इटरेशन नंबर so then now we have to calculate the voltage and voltage angle so in order to find the voltage and voltage angle find the value of AI which is equal to PI minus of JQI divided by YII, where I is varying from 1 to n. So if you are considering that now your slack bus is at the number 1, the slack bus you have considered at the number 1. So for the slack bus, voltage and voltage angle is given. So we will start here from 2. We start from the bus number 2. So we can calculate A2, A3, A4, A5 like this. Okay? And Y2 to Y3, 3, Y4, 4 we have from the Y bus like this. Then BIK, YIK divided by YII. Okay? So your I is varying from 2 to n and k is varying from 2 to n, but k is not equal to I. ठीक है? K is varying from 1 to n. 1 to n. Value of BI. AI divided by BI star minus of K varying from 1 to n. BIK BK K is not equal to I. ठीक है सारिया वैल्यू ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵੋਲਟੇਜ ਦੀਆਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਅਸਿਊਮ ਕਰ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਇੱਥੇ 8 ਸੀ ਕੈਲਕੂਲੇਟ ਕਰ ਲਿਆ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਬਸਟੀਟਿਊਟ ਕਰੋਗੇ ਜੇਕਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ PQ ਬੱਸ ਕੰਸੀਡਰ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ I ਦਾ 2 ਨੰਬਰ ਬੱਸ ਤੋਂ ਸਟਾਰਟ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ P2 Q2 P3 Q3 ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਅਵੇਲੇਬਲ ਹੈਗਾ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਸਬਸਟੀਟਿਊਟ ਕਰੋਗੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਵੋਲਟੇਜ ਐਂਡ ਵੋਲਟੇਜ ਐਂਗਲ ਆ ਜਾਏਗਾ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਕੀ ਆ ਨੈਕਸਟ ਸਟੈਪ is to find the difference means here we are okay write this as equation to R it is R and here is
R plus 1